Today, I will be presenting our Family Engagement Project. It was created by Mackenzie Telford, Emily Messman, Alex Henry, Katie Whaley, and Michaela Radford. Our presentation is on student and parental rights in special education. From this presentation, viewers will learn student and parental rights in special education and why it is so important to know your rights. Parents have a vital role in contributing to their child's education in everyday lives, and they are number one advocates for their children. Families will also learn their rights during IEP meetings and gain many websites and tools that they can use all throughout their child's education. Families can also learn the importance of being involved all throughout their child's lives, even when they are transitioning to adulthood. Do you feel like you know your rights as parents of children in special education? This is very important for the factor that if parents do not know any of their rights, they cannot help their children to succeed. No matter how intimidating it may be, parents need to raise their voices to use their rights. Also, decisions in their child's education or even school choice cannot be properly made unless parents use their given rights. Parents need to know that they have a voice as well. School personnel do not always know what is good enough for your children. Children with advocates in their lives made sure that they are getting everything that they need, such as specialty care or extra services. On this slide, a video is shown to help better understand the IEP process.
An IEP stands for an Individualized Education Program. And basically what that means is that for every child with a disability living in the United States, we have an obligation to provide them with what's called a free, appropriate public education. And we do that by providing them with educational services that are individualized to their own needs through that IEP.
So an IEP is an individualized education program that a team develops based off the needs of the individual student. The ETR is the driving force. It should be the driving force of that IEP.
It's a lot of data, and for one child, it looks like a huge packet. But you take all the data, and that baseline data is what it's called. Trend data is what we call it too. And you lay it all out kind of like in a spreadsheet. All the testing reports from the ETR, all the baseline data, and you say, here's where the child is with the skill they're struggling. And the IEP is a plan where, as the team, those people that gave those tests through the ETR process, they can then say, okay, based upon your child's disability, he might need 30 minutes of speech a week, or he might need 120 minutes of speech a week, depending on the severity of the disability. And then we bring those specialists in. They all explain to the parent, here's the services I'm going to be providing to your child. Here's how often I'm going to be providing them. Are you okay with that?
SDI, or specially designed instruction, is how the instruction that we're giving looks different compared to our typical peers. So small group instruction, using manipulatives, using touch points, that's all specially designed instruction that would be geared towards a math. So it's what the instruction looks like.
Inclusion means my child is going to be included to the best possible ability in the general ed curriculum. And that's always the goal, least restrictive environment. Where can I put your child that is the most typical, but they're going to learn the best? So, for instance, if my child's diagnosed with a simple reading disability, she could be pulled out 30 minutes a day to work with an interventionist, and she's in her general ed classroom the rest of the day. There are other IEP students who are in the classroom all day, and the interventionist comes to them and maybe pulls a small group of students who need the same skill within the classroom.
It is a yearly review, so it takes place every year, and when they're reevaluating, looking at the needs of the student and developing goals and objectives to help assist the students make gains.
Although I tell parents they should understand they can ask for an IEP meeting whenever they think it's necessary. And sometimes the school will actually contact the family and request an IEP meeting. So for some kids, they're going to do really great and they're going to blow through their goals and make lots of progress. And if they do that, we want to make sure that we come back to the table and we identify new goals. Other kids may be having problems, and if they are, we want to make sure we address those as well. So Whenever either party thinks there's a need to have an IEP meeting, we can do that. It's not written in stone.
So that goal would be set until the parent comes in, and then we sign off again. It's always a signature. And as soon as the parent signs off and says, I want this goal changed, or the team says, as a team, this needs to be fixed, the document changes. It's a working document.
Think back to your first IEP meeting for your children. Did you know all of this information? Were you made aware of your rights prior to the meeting? If not, share it with a parent who is new to IEPs to help them out. Here, we provided 3 helpful websites that are very informative for parents and children. The first website that is listed is for the Arizona Department of Education. This website provides information and learning opportunities to parents and families regarding IDEA and FAPE. When you enter the website, there are many resources that are available for the reader. A few examples are for information on schools, professional learning, laws and regulations, and program management. The second website that is listed is Parent Support Arizona. This website offers education and civil rights advocacy. On this website, it offers information on advocacy, resources, and support for families and children involved in this community. The last website listed is the Special Education Guide. This website goes over laws regarding services. There's laws regarding evaluation and assessment, laws regarding disputes and behavioral challenges, and behavioral challenges in general. Parents need to know what their rights are as a parent, and they have just as much rights as the students. Not only is it showing the rights guaranteed to the parents and the students, but it is also showing a source of help when those rights are being violated and or ignored. Here is where we listed a few community resources that we found helpful and informative. The first resource is called Center for Parent Information and Resources. This website lists and explains all rights given to parents under IDEA. This website is giving information on the procedural safeguards. The procedural safeguards are put into place to protect the individual rights of the parents and the children with disabilities. It is also giving information on how, if the rights are being ignored or violated, there are several ways that they can resolve the issues. The second resource listed is called Special Ed Resource. This site gives 9 of the major parental rights in the IEP process to give a quick overview and lesson to parents. This website also allows for parents to participate in one-on-one tutoring for extra clarification for the parent's individual situation. This access helps the parents who have special situations with a range of many different factors to get specialized help from a professional. As a parent, you first off need to educate yourself. You should watch the video and click on the links that were provided in this PowerPoint. You should also read the laws and rights you are given as a parent of a child who has an IEP. Keep in contact with your child's teachers and the members of the IEP team. Remember, together, you are all the foundation for your child's educational process and success. Do your own research as well, and do not be afraid to ask questions. Do your part as a parent and educate other parents as well. I know that this is a scary and overwhelming process to go through, but just think that you could be helping other parents who are new to this process and have no clue what to do. You can be a helping hand for them. I want you to think about your child. Could you list 3 goals for them right now? Here is a quiz that tests your knowledge on IEPs. Before watching this PowerPoint, do you think you could have answered all of these questions correctly? Do you think that this PowerPoint was informative enough to help you learn all the information you need to know? Click on the link below to test your IEP knowledge. Thank you so much for watching this presentation. If you could, click on the word feedback and fill out the form to help us improve on the presentation. Thank you again and have a great rest of your day. This is our list of resources used throughout our presentation.